Hi again, lovely YouTube fam. This is my last vlog for the night. I should be reviewing Being Human US and UK over the weekend, maybe tomorrow night. But for tonight, my last review is going to be the Bible series. I don't know how much of you guys know about the Bible series, but it's a new series on History Channel that's based on the Bible. I need to look more into it, but I think that they're doing it. Each episode is chapter by chapter. The first night they did part 1 and part 2, which was the beginning and Exodus. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to be reviewing another show that premiered on his channel too, Vikings. The Bible series comes, I believe, Sundays at 8 Central on History Channel, so don't miss it. This review is going to be short because I believe the show speaks for itself. You guys just have to go on History Channel and check it out. Yeah, so I don't know how much of you guys who watch me know, but I'm a Christian, and being a Christian and someone who is on a biblical journey, I've been on my biblical journey for how long now? Not a year yet, but a good while. I've been reading the Bible from the beginning, and I plan to finish the whole Bible probably by the end of this year. I don't want to like constrict myself to a specific date, but yeah, I try to read a couple chapters of it every day so that I can meet my goal of finishing the Bible. Yeah, so being a Christian and somebody who is on a biblical journey, I was really happy to hear that they were going to that TV series adaptation of the Bible. In fact, before I even started my biblical journey, for years before, I've always been thinking that somebody should, make a TV show out of the Bible. Halfly because I like to watch TV shows, and second, I think that TV and, movies and all those stuff are a great medium to portray, stories that you read in general. But being that the Bible is such an important story, especially to me and other Christians out there, it would be nice to see them have that as a TV show. So I always thought about, that they should make a TV show of the Bible, and to me that's the best way because, they've done movies of the Bible, but, it's somewhat constricting when they try to jam everything into one movie. I think that they have more leeway, not, enough leeway to, portray every single technical detail that happens with every verse, but they have more leeway than they would if they were doing a movie. So when I heard that, in fact, my Bible app that I use on my mobile and on my tablet is the one that informed me about the show, because they sent out notifications to say, about the Bible series. So I was like, what is Bible series thing? I thought it was a YouTube series at first. So I went on YouTube, checked it out, and I was like, oh, it's a TV show that's coming to History Channel. So I was like, cool, I need to watch this. So like for months now I've been waiting for it to premiere. Finally premiered on Sunday. Watched it, wrote down my points. A lot of my points I couldn't write down because while I was watching it, I was so emotional. I mean, as emotional as somebody would get when something that you read about, I know it's something true, you read about it and then you just see it portrayed, and the actors did such a wonderful job that, you really feel the emotion of what took place. Yeah. I really commend History Channel and all the persons who worked on the project for even taking on the project, because it's a really hard thing to take on for a number of reasons, but they decided to take it on. And even all the actors and set designers, all these people, props to them. Yeah, so let me just dive right in to my review, however short it may be, but still a review. Um, yeah, so first I want to say that in general I give it the series 5 out of 5 because it was really well done. But with that said, I did have like a couple issues, but let me talk about it. I was a bit bummed that they didn't start it like in, I mean technically they did start in chronological order, but the way how they started the series was like on Noah's boat, right? I thought they would have like started in the beginning, and the earth was void, and then God said let there be light and all that stuff. I thought they were going to like start from there. I mean they did like include it, but they made it like Noah was in the boat and Noah was the one who was telling that story, and then they showed those scenes. I think that was ingenious, but actually was expecting to see it another way. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean it was good the way how they did it, but I still personally want to see it another way. So that's the only thing that kind of bummed me out, that I didn't expect to see it this way. But the way that they show it was still a good way. Yeah, and I thought that they would have showed, almost like a day in the life of thing of Adam and Eve and the whole Cain and Abel thing. But I guess they, as I said before, they can't portray every single technical detail, but they did show what was important to be shown. They did explore from the beginning. They did show Adam and Eve, they did show Cain and Abel, they did show Noah's Ark, so they showed what they were supposed to show. But with that said, yeah, it was a valid way to show it. It was ingenious, but yeah, and it's perfectly valid that Noah would have told the creation story to his family in the ark. I mean, I don't recall reading that he did that, but they're in the ark, they're not really doing anything. When they were in the ark, just trying to ride out storm or whatever. And of course, Noah would want to tell his family about the creation story. It would make sense. Those stories are probably told so many times throughout his children's life, and just through their lives, because they need to speak about how everyone was created. So I'm sure that they were told it. If they were told an ark, I'm not sure, but that's the way they decided to portray it. When they portrayed the story of Abraham, that was what got me really emotional, because when they were portraying the faith that Abraham had in God, it like brought me to tears, because to think that his wife Sarah was barren and the Lord told him that he would father a great nation, he had enough faith to get up with his whole family and leave where they were, which was, I mean, the way how they portrayed it in the show was they were comfortable. I mean, it wasn't like some land running with milk and honey, everlasting space or whatever, but they were comfortable. It's not like they were like not. And Abraham decided to go with his family to the promised land that God promised Abraham, to their on the promise that God gave them. And for me as a Christian, that's kind of a faith that I would want to have. He had that faith, even though his wife was old and he's old himself, and she was known to be barren, and God said that he was going to be the father of a nation. He believed enough in God to just get up and just go wherever God told him to go. So just seeing that brought me to tears. The actors did a really good job of portraying that. They took us like in part 2 they took us from the beginning, yeah, they took us from part 1 to part 2. They took us from the beginning to Exodus. So it was an awesome ride in the first 2 episodes, to say the least. I enjoyed it very much. I mean, you know, there are some details we didn't get to see, but I do think they could have shown everything, as I've been saying, in that time slot. And for those who don't know the details, who are watching this show, you know, I urge you to pick up the good book yourself. Go and get a copy of the Bible and, you know, take a gander at the pages. You know, there were so many thrilling scenes, but in the 2 episodes, but my favorites would have to be when Sarah gave birth to Isaac, when Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, when God sent the plagues on Egypt, and when God gave Moses the power to part the water. I mean, that scene is always an epic scene. You know, and so many, you know, directors and movie creators have shown that scene before, but yeah, no matter how much time they show that scene, it always have the same kind of touching effect, just to see that is the kind of power that God gave Abraham, to just, you know, show Pharaoh that the God of the Israelites is the one and only God. So he needs to just take a chill pill and go back there and listen to whatever he say, right? So, you know, that scene is always really just a really shocking scene. So that was one of my favorite scenes, as I said. You know, the actors, I can't say enough how good the actors were at portraying each of their characters. Yeah, and you know, I can't really say much more about the episode, plus I don't really want to give away spoilers in this review. I just want to say how good it was. And yeah, I can't wait until next week. I really can't wait until next week, because after watching the 2 episodes, I was like, oh, can't there be more for me to watch now? You know, so we just have to wait. You know, and I keep saying next week. I shouldn't say next week. I mean, I guess Sunday is next week, but you know, it's just, what is it now, 2 days away. So yeah, I can't wait to see the new episode in 2 days. You guys should also check out another series. I'm going to do a review of that series, Vikings. I personally haven't checked it out yet, but you know, people have been telling me that's a good show, so I'm going to check it out and probably do a review of that. Anyways, this is the last of my review. Yeah, that was my last point in the review. I'm going to leave some links down below for my blog, and you guys please follow me on Twitter at Taboo Exchange. I'm going to put an annotation somewhere up there or wherever. Yeah, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this review. Until next time, bye guys.